Hey everyone, I just wanted to take a quick minute to share with you how I make tilapia. It's fairly simple and actually a very non-fishy fish. It's really easy to make and it tastes really good. And you can use pretty much almost any herb with it to kick it up a notch. It's not as chewy as chicken, but I think tastes a lot more like chicken than I would ever expect a fish to taste like. So at any rate, I'm going to show you how I make my tilapia. I have here in my bowl some salt, pepper, and a little bit of onion powder. And I just mix that up and I'm going to sprinkle that on top of the tilapia. And then I have my whole garlic, which I'm going to mash up and sprinkle on top. And then at the end, I'm going to drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil. Okay. The type of salt that I am using right now is Celtic salt, so it's a little bit gray and it's kind of sticky. But I would recommend Himalayan salt if you can find it. They have it now at Walmart and Trader Joe's, and even Kroger has it. So you can pretty much find Himalayan salt anywhere, and it's got a lot more minerals than even Celtic salt does. I just happened to run out, so I'm going to use what I have left of my Celtic for now. Okay. So I already went ahead and cleaned up my fish and I have it all set out here. I bought a little extra because the family will eat this too. And so I'm just going to cook it all ahead of time. That way I can just reheat it when I need it. All right, so first thing is once you're done cleaning your fish and you've got it all laid out, just sprinkle your seasoning on top of everything. And I would say for the amount of fish I have here, I've got I've got 6 good sized pieces. And I used about a tablespoon and a half of salt, about 2 teaspoons of pepper, and probably about a tablespoon and a half of onion powder as well. And as you sprinkle the entire fish, it gets displaced a lot, so it may sound like a lot of salt at first, but it's really not. A lot of the salt's going to get knocked off by the olive oil anyway into the base, so you're really not going to get it. And you don't have to use that much if you don't want to. I just want to make sure I get the entire fish covered at this point. Okay. All right, so we're going to take your garlic. And if you don't have a press, you can chop it finely. The easiest thing to do with garlic is to lay it down with its skin still on it. Take the flat side of your knife and then just smash it. That will help it pull away from the husk, and it makes it a whole lot easier just to take it out of its little shell that it comes in. Okay. And then you can cut it up from there into little hunks. This tool here just does it for me. So I'm just going to spread everything evenly over the fish. And I had 3 large pieces of garlic to do this. We like garlic, so it's not a big deal. If you don't like garlic though, you can use thyme or basil. Tarragon would work very well. You know, whatever you like, actually. I've used even chili powder on the tilapia, which is pretty decent. So it's a very versatile fish with flavor because it's not, like I said, it's not a potent fishy flavor. Okay, so once you're doing that, I'm going to have to wipe this down. Ugh, it's a lot of garlic on my hand. Then you go ahead and just, drizzle lightly with your your olive oil. Okay, and that ends up being about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Olive oil is a good healthy fat for you anyway, so it's not going to hurt you, and a lot of it's going to settle in the base of the pan anyhow, so it's not going to make you fat, so don't worry about it. So drizzle about 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons over all the fish. And I'm using around 2 tablespoons because I've got a lot of fish here. Okay, so you've got to remember that. That's why I used a lot of salt compared to what I would normally use, because I'm making a bigger batch. So just remember that when you're doing bigger batches, you're going to need a little bit more. Otherwise, everything's going to kind of come out a little bland and tasteless. And as long as you're getting the right kinds of salt and you're not overdoing it, salt's really not going to hurt you. You have to remember, rule of thumb about salt is it's still a mineral, so as long as it's not stripped of all of its minerals, you'll be fine. Okay, so I have my oven set at 350, and I'm going to place everything in there for 20 minutes. Okay, so I'll see you in 20 minutes. Okay, so the tilapia is now completely finished, and the way that you'll know that it's done is it should be very, very white, similar to chicken. You're going to take your fork and press it into the thickest part of the tilapia, and you shouldn't get any resistance when you stick the fork in. You should be able to slide the fork right in. If it's still rubbery and you have to force the fork down, you're going to need to put it back in the oven for about 5 or 10 minutes. But here's what the finished result should look like. There's the tilapia. You'll see that it's nice and white, totally cooked through. The garlic is just a little bit browned. The olive oil slid off just like I said it would. Most of it and any fat from the fish cooked out and is now in the bottom of the pan. And it's a little encrusted, so you'll get a little bit extra flavor from the garlic pieces and the onion powder and the little bit of salt. So at any rate, that is it, and it's completely done. And I wish you well on your first experience with tilapia. Remember, it is very versatile, so it's kind of a bland fish, so you can use any type of herb that you want. You'll just need to put a little extra seasoning on it so that you get more of those flavors you're looking for. Otherwise, it's kind of a bland fish on its own. So take care, and you can use other types of oils. So you can use coconut oil. I choose to use olive oil because I like the flavor. But don't be afraid of using a little bit of oil with it as well. That helps to moisten it up and make it nice and flaky, and kicks the flavor up too. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I look forward to chatting with you within the group. Bye.